the size of this, the visual of it, and I think that's the thing is like the stage is actually pretty small.
Yeah, it's real small. I think, Jill, our stage at the fest is twice as big.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Twice as big. They were smashed. The artists are like right on top of each other there.
Why would you build a venue like that
because
with such a small stage?
At the Sphere, it's not about the stage.
Oh.
It's not about that. Because honestly, other than the day we were on the floor, and we'll talk about that, the differences, when I was in the seats, you hardly even look at the band itself. You'll see the band by looking up at the screen because they do photo images of them on the Sphere. You hardly look down at all. You're just looking around like everything's just,
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is like it's so. By the way, the lighting, for example, like you're used to going to a show and there's just all kinds of lighting behind the stage, the spots on the stage. This only had white spots on the some white spots from just behind the stage and just in front of the stage. That's all the lighting on the band. Everything else is visual up on the Sphere, and which goes, by the way, all the way up. Like somebody, John, I don't know if it's you or me saying like, God, my neck hurts from just bending up and like looking up at the top of the Sphere and all around. In fact, like when we walked in, the background makes it look like it's what would you say, Tom? It's like the skeleton of the Sphere, or like a backstage kind of thing. And we were all sitting there for a couple minutes saying like, is this real?
So like when you walk in, because you expect the Sphere to be like a skeleton looking thing, right?
Sure.
And the weird thing is I was there before. I knew what it looked like. So we walk in and it looks like the inside of the Death Star, right? Mm-hmm. You can sort of like see through it and see outside.
Right.
And you can see like the exoskeleton of the Sphere everywhere. And then we were sitting there for 10, 15 minutes. And then Kevin and I were like, I think that's fake. And I was there before. I know it's not real, but like it looks so real.
It's amazing.
And then you're like, holy shit, that's just a picture. They put a huge picture up and it looks like the outside of the Sphere, but really it's just a picture. And you didn't really even notice it until the show started that it was a picture.
That's right.
But like for like, I don't know, half hour, there's thousands of people in the audience that think they're actually looking at the Sphere, but they're looking at a picture that they just put up to keep you preoccupied.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I just thought the visuals are crazy. I mean, John, you've got some photos and we got a couple videos you want to show.
Yeah, I'm going to throw some up right
All right,
here.
so here's it's actually a photo John took from. I thought, by the way, John, I thought this was like magazine quality photo by
Thanks.
you. It was really amazing.
What night was that, John?
That was
Friday.
the first night I was there. And
we got real close that night.
It was nuts. There was an intermission, so a lot of people left to go to the bathroom and stuff, and we walked right up to the front of the stage.
It was perfect, Joe.
So, like, if you're on the floor, do you have like an area, or
No,
you can
GA.
just first come, first serve?
Yeah, it's GA. But like what John was saying, so like we got there right before the show started. So for the first set, we were back in the crowd, and it was still good, and you could still look up and see things, right? But then we were in a fairly large group on the floor. So when everybody bailed to go to the bathroom, our group moved forward.
Like the Dead always takes a set break. They always like for the last 60 years they've been in business, right? So they take a set break and it's a 30-minute. It's a 30-minute break,
right?
Yeah.
So we moved forward, and then we camped out. So like if you had to go to the bathroom, you could still do it. We were camping out, holding the spot. So we would just send you back, and then we'd go one at a time to the bathroom and come back. So that when the show started, we were right in front of the stage.
And the other thing I'd say is like traditionally at Dead shows like that's not necessarily like the right thing to do, but this was like a little bit. I mean, we talked about this, right? That like there were some things about this that made you know it wasn't like a normal Dead
It was
show.
like tourists.
Yeah.
So would you say that the area closest to the stage is less desirable because the band? Yeah, so that's why you were.
No,
to get
I think.
Close, you think?
I'll be honest with you. I think if you're going to the Sphere, you don't go in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You don't see it as good.
Well, this is what I would say to you. The good thing about being general admission is there's so much energy on the floor. There's so much people are pumped, they're dancing. There's a lot, and you're craning your neck a lot, and you are closer to the band. But at the end of the day, if you are don't want to stand on your feet for 4 hours, the seats are great.
4 hours.
Pass.
It was brutal. And so we did the show the day before, 4 hours. I slept like crap. And then we go back the second day, we're on the floor. Javez, that was his first show. Mm-hmm. We did 4 hours,
my legs and feet were
oh my God,
in pain.
You got to take that preventative aspirin before.
Oh my God, Jill, I should have. When we walked out of there, I felt bad for Sursik, man.
Yeah.
Sursik was hurting. Like, he was like walking like his legs didn't work anymore because you were just like standing there. And then like when we started walking, you're like, we're like 55.
It was rough, man. I was like, man, this is the first time I've been to a concert where I feel old.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, my feet, I should have wore like Hoka's or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have made a difference, Kevin.
No, that was brutal.
Maybe a little bit. But
how about this? Ugh. People were so, you know how in a concert, because we were drinking, people were drinking beer and whatever, right? Water, a lot of water, right? Like I was drinking water like a good boy. But so the ground is nasty, right? It's all sticky and wet and everything, right? And you're paid, like the floor, I mean, you pay good money to see the Dead, right? Like it was not a cheap ticket. Let's just leave it at that, right? And so nobody wanted to leave, but they were exhausted because you're on your feet for 4 hours. I literally saw people just laying on the nasty ass floor. And they didn't even give a shit. They were just like laying in filth. Just like, I don't give a, I'm in my Dead gear anyway.
Then again, I was going to say, like, Dead concerts, you get a little, there's some dirtiness about it.
But
anyway.
like, it was so gross. Like that floor was wet and sticky and they were just like laying in it and they didn't give a crap. It was like, oh my God, so gross.
All right, want me to play some of these videos with the audio or just while you guys are talking? Because this one with the audio, I love because this must have been the first night. I wasn't there.
It was the first night.
Tom is in awe, audibly.
Yeah.
Kevin is singing.
Oh, God.
And this is, I think, a real treat for the
So let's set the stage.
Okay.
They show San Francisco at the beginning of the show and where the band started. Literally the house in San Francisco at Haight and Ashbury. And you start off there and you just think they're going to do a show with San Francisco as the background, right? Which, by the way, they do shit like this all the time. So you're just like, okay. It looks like you're in San Francisco. How cool, right? And then they freaking blew our minds.
And it was Mississippi half step.
So now, basically, could you turn it down, John? Or basically, yeah, they're not gonna be able to hear me, are they, John?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Well, I know we could hear. I'm not sure if you could. So it's a drone basically that's going above San Francisco, and like. Eventually goes into outer space. And while you're flying up above San Francisco, you could see in detail all the buildings in San Francisco. And eventually you could see the entire state of California, like satellite shot. Like it's amazing, like across the entire sphere.
So a couple things about this. Like, so it starts at ground level and it starts rising, right? Like a drone does, like Tom described, and you end up in outer space. And so the cool thing is like literally you feel like you're moving. Even on the video here, it almost feels like the stage is moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that you moving? I'm sorry, is that you moving your phone or is
back
that
and forth?
Actual, okay.
Yeah. I was moving the phone. We were moving
just trying to like show you like what it
Yeah.
looks like. But like, think about this: you're at a Dead show, so there's a lot of people on drugs. I mean, let's be honest, right? And it's like if you went to an IMAX and you were on mind-altering substances, you would scream your ass off, like a lot of the people at this show did. It was freaking unbelievable. Like, it really like blew your mind. They would just, And this is another one. It's like a tunnel in space, and it's crazy.
It's almost like they designed it for people on drugs.
No doubt about it.
Yeah,
they designed it for people on drugs. There's no doubt about it. They're literally like, what could we do to fuck with these people while they're,
while they're tripping?
So you've seen them twice there, you said?
3 times. I saw all 3 shows there.
And by the way, no song was repeated. As you the Dead's got a deep repertoire. No song was repeated. Everybody had a great time every night. And they actually introduced, some of the videos were repetitive and some they introduced specifically for different songs. So like each night we saw like kind of, oh, that's a new video. Mm-hmm. Like when they did Scarlet Begonias, that was a brand new video on Saturday night for the first time. So it's cool.
Joe, do you have something?
That's what I was going to ask. Was it the same videos each night or different? Or
most of the same videos, right?
Yeah.
All different songs.
Right. Yeah, exactly. John, are you showing this right now?
Yes.
So this was really cool. They showed some old auditoriums, and they turned the Sphere into the old Cornell Fieldhouse, which is a famous place. They've made huge shows in Ithaca. It's like a kind of a famous place they played. And basically, you felt like you were in this old field house.
And it looks like it's squared off. And you're in a round sphere, and they make it look like you're in a squared off auditorium.
Wasn't that cool? They did that.
They did that with the cards too.
Yeah, they
make it look like you're in a square.
Mm-hmm.
So they had like tickets and like backstage passes and stuff all around, and it made it into a box rather than a sphere. Like it was the wall. It was like we were in a walled square instead of a sphere,
made out of tickets.
Yeah,
Grateful Dead tickets. And then so when they left Cornell, they went through the windows of Cornell and they ended up in Red Rocks. in Colorado, the Red Rocks Amphitheater. So like they make it look like these famous venues where the Dead has played over the years. It was so awesome.
Yeah,
it was so awesome.
It was really cool.
Like this place is spectacular. But you know, for those of you that listen to Lock Pod, and we warned you where not to sit, we Kevin and I on the third show, a developer bought our tickets, which was very nice. We sat on the edge of the no sit zone, basically in the 100, where if we looked up, we could see the roof, but if we looked up and backwards, you couldn't see anything because we were literally on row 21.
Yeah, I was going to say if you are if you're beyond row 21, like when I mean that, it's like 21. I don't know what it is, 35 or something.
If you're like 100 row 34. You're going to see
the stage and probably like 50% of the graphics, maybe 40% or something like that of the graphics. So because you can't see up, you're covered by the 200 level.
Right.
And so I would just warn you that you want to be, if you're in the 100 level, you want to be like row 16 or forward.
If you are in the 200, 300, or 400 section, you'll see the whole show.
Yeah, you'll see it.
You'll see everything
from further away, but you'll see it.
And if you're on the floor, you'll see the band up close, and you'll be craning your neck backwards all night. So these are things you have to keep in mind. And by the way, long shows like the Dead, 4 hours on the floor, that ain't no fun.
No, come prepared and drink a lot of water.
Yep.
They should have put those panels underneath the overhang. So, like, if you had those seats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Where the hell were you when they were designing this thing, Joe?
See, that's what you get for not having Jill in Vegas.
I know, right?
She could have cured all this.
That is a really good idea. Like the 100s would have. But yeah, so basically the first few shows at the Sphere, we were reading all the reports, and people would spend thousands of dollars to sit in 100 section row 28, which sounds like an awesome seat. And then they get in there and they realize they can't see the Sphere. All they can see is the band, basically.
And now I noticed that, like, I was kind of just looking on StubHub and stuff just to check things out. And now I noticed that on the 100 level in those rows, it says, note, obstructed view.
Yep. So they weren't doing that early.
Well, when they change that, we're going to sue them.
Yeah.
That's my idea.
You too. Yeah, right. Good call, Joe. You're on the record. But when U2 played, they weren't putting obstructed view in the 100s, and people were dropping dime to sit there, and then they were getting screwed. So from what I understand, U2 compared to what Fish and what the Dead did, U2 sucked.
Really?
Yeah, dude. U2, like, there wasn't... How many video have you seen from U2?
Yeah,
like, I think U2 approached it more like it was a concert venue, not like it's a visual performance.
Yeah.
Fish definitely approached it like a visual performance. And by the way, Fish, the difference between Dead and Fish, now Dead's doing a much longer run, okay? Dead didn't repeat a song for the whole weekend, and they used their graphics over again. Fish did a 4-show set at the Sphere, never repeated one song, never repeated one video the whole weekend. Everything was completely different. Every show, that's pretty badass.
Well, I was thinking with the Dead, like, to me, it seemed like the theme was they were going to take you on a journey, and like they started at Haight-Ashbury, and then at the end, we didn't mention this, but at the end of the show, towards the end of the show, they went from space back down to Haight-Ashbury, and it was like 1965 or something, or 68, and it was really cool, and that's how basically the show ended. That they'll stay consistent with, I think.
When they landed, I agree with Kevin. When they landed, Jill, when they landed in the 1960s in Haight-Ashbury, because I saw it a couple times, so I was ready. The second and third day, I was looking all around San Francisco because the first time you focus on the Grateful Dead house, that's what they want you to focus on. The second and third time, I was looking as far as I could around the city, and every street, everywhere I could see was old-time cars.
Yep.
Not just on the Grateful Dead street.
Right.
The cars from the 60s. Like, you would look 5 blocks over at cars that nobody's looking at, and they'd be old-time cars. It's crazy how much detail they did.
And in the beginning, it was modern cars.
Yeah,
it was like your 2023 Lexus rolled by
busy,
or something.
There's Lexuses, there's Teslas, all that stuff. But when they came back in the 1960s, it was way less traffic. And just old cars everywhere.
Yeah, and even like the block on Haight-Ashbury where they were at was like old, kind of dilapidated,
beat up houses.
And in the beginning, it was all like beautiful and modern.
Which if you go to San Francisco now, it's just every house is $1 million plus house.
More, yeah.
Right, and so like you don't see beat up houses in San Francisco, but like back then, normal people lived in. The Grateful Dead, they all lived there. Hippies lived there, and they didn't give a shit about their house. So.
Right.
Yeah, so
good.
Willie, incredible. If you get a chance, by the way, just to tease who I heard the next band's going to be, there was I'm on the Sphere fan page. Grateful, you're going to love this one, dude.
I'm ready.
This is a Kevin band.
Okay.
Rolling Stones.
No way.
Yeah, they did the kissy lips.
Holy.
No, they could be messing with us, but they did like a tease on the sphere.
Whoa.
They had what is that? The logo.
Yeah, the logo, yeah.
With the,
the lips, yeah.
The lips.
With
yeah.
Mick Jagger's lips.
Why would they do that? And by the way, like when you think about bands that are going to play the sphere, it has to be somebody that's going to sell tons of tickets, right? Like the Rolling Stones.
Wow. That would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's
all right, well, listen.
kind of been just classic rock so far, right?
I mean, Fish is the jam band, right? I mean,
yeah, Fish.
Yeah.
But U2,
they're older.
I mean, that's really 3 different demographics. So,
yeah, I agree.
mean, Dead is like 60s, 70s, right? And then U2 is like 80s, 90s.
And then Fish is like 90s, 2000s.
Now.
Right. But still, like, it is different. But, like, if they did Rolling Stones.
That'd be crazy.
I just wonder what kind of, like, R&B artist or rapper would ever play there. It has to be somebody iconic.
Yeah.
It would have to be, like, Snoop or something like that.
Sure.
Iconic.
Beyonce.
Like Dr. Dre. Beyonce.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Somebody like huge like that. Or like a band. This is one I thought of. Radiohead.
They'd be amazing there.
Radiohead would be stupid there.
Yeah.
That'd be.
All right. Well, let's. Tom's going to go get Jenny Craig. We're going to read ads, and we're going to come back for the last part of our show.
Let's do it.
All right.
We get our internet challenges.
Yes.
taken care
Yes.
of?
Mm-hmm. Resolved.
Good.
Tortillas Nuevo
According to
Leon
my-
sets the gold standard. Sorry, John.
No.
We good?
Nothing. Yeah.
Yep. Tortillas Nuevo Leon sets the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for our iconic red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti, tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti, tu familia de todo corazón.
Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need help buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Forming a new business? Call Kuklakis Law. Injured in a car crash or at work? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue, call 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law. Hablamos Español.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. Remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners. MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Check out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com, mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint. The premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. They do metal business cards, too, with a 30-year legacy of excellence. Their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. Thanks to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Powering Indiana Lake County.
All right. Thanks for the sponsors, and it's great to reintroduce a fan of the show, a friend of the show, somebody who's been on the show multiple times, Jenny Craig. Welcome back.
Just seeing her walk in brought the energy level up.
The energy
it
levels.
wasn't even like, I'm not joking. it was
I did a little jig on the way in.
Did you?
Well, because I had to, give knuckles to Vesmar, and so you got to do a little.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you and Jill have been on the show together yet, have you?
I don't.
Yes, we have.
Oh, have you?
One time, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Because it always switches, We've gone back and forth.
Jill's a regular now.
I think the last time, actually, I was on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. You guys are doing awesome. First time in the new studio. It's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Welcome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Miss Ursic got a great office, don't they?
I mean,
I know.
I got greeted at the door off
wow.
of the water.
Got
Hello.
the greenery on.
Wow. Yes. Greeters. We got greeters here. That's how we roll.
Thank you, Eleanor.
It's a lockpod greeter.
Yes.
Yeah. Eleanor, part-time lockpod greeter.
Yes.
Yeah,
she didn't know that when we hired her.
I was just going to say, she probably didn't know it this morning.
She's like, what's
here.
a lockpod? Sounds like a bad disease.
But welcome back.
Thank you, guys. This is so cool. Thanks for having me.
And I said something earlier. I think I said Girls on the Run when I should have said All About the Girls.
Oh, hey, that's also great. Girls on the Run is fantastic. But yeah, I can't tell you all the things about Girls on the Run, but I can tell you all the things about All About the Girls.
What is All About the Girls?
So All About the Girls is our annual event. I've got all of
yours, GreatNews.Life?
Yes. So GreatNews.Life has an annual event. We started, 10 years ago now. This is our 9th version, and 10 years ago we started this really cool event that's all about the girls. That's exactly what it is. It's all about the girls. So we just wanted to create a platform to kind of put the women that I was meeting in my career, in my kind of upbringing, if you will, in my career, kind of to the spotlight, to the limelight, give them a place to tell their story. Because what I definitely thought when I was meeting all these new women as I was growing, was they create so much motivation inside of a person. When you meet someone, you're like, oh, they're cool. I want to know them and get to know them better. But they can also give you something to relate to, right? So how the heck do we all get it all done every day and make it all happen? Well, if she can do it, maybe I can do it. And here's how she does it. Oh, also, it's hard for her, right? So that was, the 10-year ago idea. So we got some women that I was really kind of motivated by or inspired by. Heather Ennis was one of them the first year. And we brought them to Industrial Revolution Bar to kind of tell their story and just to kind of present to others. And it kind of worked. People liked it. They were like, hey, what is this?
So you've been doing this for 10 years?
Yeah. So we started in 2014.
And has it grown? I imagine like the Industrial Revolution Bar, like this small gathering, right? It
was like 50 people. And we were excited by that, right? People want to meet these other people. And so they came and they spoke. And then the next year we moved it to Sand Creek Country Club. And we brought 125 people. And then, of course, many years later, last year, we brought 425 people to Urschel Pavilion in Valparaiso. That's where we've moved it. Post-COVID, we moved it to that outdoor space, originally just to make sure people were comfortable being together. But now it's just such a phenomenal space. It's very central to our entire coverage location. And we bring women from Lake to Michiana, Lake County to St. Joe County.
And the sponsor of it is?
Fighting Pretty is our big sponsor.
Oh, so your shirt.
Look
Check
at my shirt.
Out.
Look. So, sorry, I've got to be on the mic too. All About the Girls, Fighting Pretty. So they're our presenting sponsor this year. Every year we have a nonprofit that is connected and closely tied to the event, and that is Fighting Pretty this year. So we're really excited to have them. So Fighting Pretty is, if you guys have not connected with locally, Alyssa Galinsky, she is my new bestie, but also your guys' too. So Fighting Pretty, she is our local, spokeswoman for Fighting Pretty, and it's a group that helps women through their fight with cancer. So they do what they do, the programs they offer, the support they offer varies greatly dependent on what you need, but they're a really fantastic group, and we're really excited to kind of launch with them this year. And Alyssa jumped on as soon as she heard All About the Girls, so we're really excited to have her. We've got a lot of other amazing sponsors, of course, Service Doctor, Einenberg Exteriors, plus a ton of other ones that aren't even on here. But the event's fantastic. It's going to be, we've got incredible women speakers. So that's the whole premise, right? We bring on 6 women speakers each year to kind of tell their story. We've got opening remarks and then 5 women that tell their stories, all about kind of based around a theme. And this year's theme is I Belong. That's just kind of near and dear to me. I was like the chubby kid named Jenny Craig growing up, so I probably never belonged. And then that kind of ties into nowadays, present day. I Belong means a lot to me because that's what All About the Girls is for us. It's a group that we're trying to create of women who belong together, because I think we always have these groups or these cliques or these things, and it's not very comfortable always. So how do we create a group that everybody belongs in and everybody can come together to?
Cool.
Yeah, so bring this inclusive
I know Marissa's gone a number of times.
She was a speaker. I think year 3 or 4. Thank you.
And you know what I've noticed as a casual observer of this event over the years, I've noticed the small beginning where I saw, and now when women are nominated, they make a huge deal out of it. Yeah. And when they win, it's like
when they get up on that stage and they get to
it's a big deal to
fantastic.
Them. Which is, by the way, for an event that's only been around 10 years, that's a huge accomplishment.
Thank you.
That in itself, like I've got the most influential woman, from government or whatever, right?
Yeah. So influential women, that's award based. Ours is more speech based.
Oh yeah.
So
my bad.
But you're exactly right in the same line, because I think what we love about Influential Women event is exactly that, because it's such a way to push women out in the forefront, which is exactly what we want to do. Ours is just more story based. So we really want those women to come up and tell their story based around that theme for the year. This year's I Belong. So we'll hear from, Dr. V, Vanessa Allen McLeod is doing the opening remarks this year. So we'll hear from her.
Urban League, right?
Yeah, from the Urban League. We've got, of course, we all know Chelsea Whittington. She's a speaker this year as well. Denise Kaibke, Drew Sarkeesian. So those are our we've got Lake County girls, Porter County girls, and then we've got kind of our Eastern girls are Mandy Kirkhan from LaPorte. She started the Collective, which is this really cool kind of market group that you guys should all check out. They have programming as well, but it's just huge. And then Cicely Porter, who's a reporter, anchor woman for WSBT in South Bend.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So as we, as Great News Life, our umbrella company launches further out east, I want to include those women as well because they all have something to teach us.
Nice.
So we've kind of branched out. So we've got these incredible speakers coming up this year to tell their story, and it's just motivating as heck.
I've noticed it seems like in politics even, I know there's a lot of women's groups that are forming. In politics, we have that group, Hoosier Women Forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? You have your group, All About the Girls.
Yep.
Northwest Indiana Influential Women also has a group, right?
Yeah.
It seems, but all these groups really have come about within the last 10 years, really, when you think about it. Like, can you think of any more? Jill, can you think of any more? Like,
no.
Really?
I'm trying to think.
There's some others. There is a big group with just surrounding Fighting Pretty. That's a really big group.
Fighting Pretty?
Well, like I mentioned,
Girls
Fighting
on the
Pretty.
Cancer?
Yeah, that's
Girls
the
on the
nonprofit,
Run.
Girls on the Run. So while those are nonprofits that serve women, they're also, they just create a group of women that kind of come together. And I think that is, we need so much more of that, because there is a lot of women that don't have a crew, right? There's a lot of women who don't have that group of people they can call, talk to, cry to, yell at, and laugh with. And we need to create that for one another. But the way to do that isn't by, being mean girls. We really do have to be kind and accept one another and learn from one another and know that we can, right? We can learn from one another. I don't care what your profession is. I can learn from you. You can learn from me. Yeah. And so how do we branch that out?
I mean, guys don't do that crap. Right? I can't.
I think there are good male support groups too, but I can't. We're definitely not doing an awards.
I'm not in any male support groups. Are you?
How
maybe
many
that's
guys
my
trips
business.
do you go on a year?
Thank you.
I mean, what? That's a male support.
That's
a male support group.
It is.
Good call.
Yeah,
okay, that's my male support group.
I think women go on girl trips.
Yeah.
Marissa does.
What girls don't, right, are the girls that don't feel like they have that crew, or they do, but there's some cattiness involved, or they do, but they don't feel like they have that crew, but it's not their 100% crew, right? The people they can be, when you go to those trips or when you go to a show, you're with people that you can genuinely be you around.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have that.
Jenny, if I can't be myself, I don't want to hang out with that person.
Thank you. Amen. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think
I want to be Tom.
As we get older, we accept that more.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to fit in. We want to belong, and we'll create the group for ourselves.
Like if somebody wants me to show up as the mayor, that's work. If you want me to hang out and be Tom, like I could stay there all day. But like I find that a lot of times I have to be the mayor, and I don't want to be there.
Exactly.
If I'm like, how many people go to work voluntarily and say, I just want to stay here all day? Nobody does that, right?
Right.
So if you want me to be the mayor, I'm going to be there about 15 minutes and do my job and go home, right?
Yeah.
Where I could be Tom. Like my whole goal is to be Tom. That's funny to hear you say that. I love it.
Yeah.
So I know part of and by the way, John put the link up in our chat, so it's there if anybody's interested in attending the 9th annual All About the Girls event on June 20th at Urschel Pavilion in Valpo.
How much are the tickets?
$50, and that's entry, open bar with beer and wine,
Hell
and
yeah.
heavy acts.
You guys are gonna lose on that one with me.
I know, but it's okay. We're not trying to make money. We just want everyone to have a great time.
The drinks were poolside in Vegas. It's so
oh my
stupid.
gosh, I can't imagine.
Like one drink,
$18 minimum for a Coors
probably
Light.
for a beer, yeah.
30 like 33, 34, and then they really want you just to give them the smooth 40.
See, and here you can
$40
have like 6
for a
drinks,
damn drink.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want a bottled water, it's like $10. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. See, we're not.
Vegas is so
bottled water
stupid.
at this event's free.
John,
Really?
Hey,
dude, I'm going. I'm just
now you
drinking
have to
tons
go.
of water.
And that's the thing, Tom. Guys are invited, so don't. It's not only
you don't
women.
shun that. Yeah.
No,
you don't shun
because
them.
we're not here to hate men. We're just here to put
Oh,
women on a
good to
pedestal.
know.
I love it.
We don't want to. And Chris, our founder is a man, Chris Mallman. Everybody knows him, right? So, and he jokes, but he's not wrong. Who's the smartest people in the room? The men that come to support the women that are up on that stage,
There you
right?
go.
Right.
So that's so smart.
You know what's funny?
Get to know the women that are running
stuff. I found
stuff.
my organization, the City of Hammond, the administration is getting more and more female dominated, really. And like, I'm like contemplating my next chief of staff. It's funny. There's definitely strong women in play, like no
I love
doubt,
that.
which is awesome. I mean, but like, have you noticed that, Kevin?
Yes,
The
over
team
time.
that we're part of, it's like there is a
The
lot
team
of powerful women in charge, which I think is awesome.
The team in 2004 looks a lot different than the team in 2024.
Team in 2004 was whiter and older.
Yeah,
Definitely older.
and male.
Like even older than I am now. There was people
Oh yeah,
in their 60s and 70s on my team then.
and you've got. I think the team's gotten younger, more diverse, and a lot more women.
Yeah, now we're the
positions.
old guys.
Now we're the old guys.
It's crazy. I'm definitely the old guy on the team now. So
And that's okay. We still like you.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you finish up with Jenny. I've got a court hearing at 8:30 that I got
Good
to
to see
hop
you,
to.
man.
Yes.
Yeah, Kevin's
Jenny,
good
it's
to
good
see
seeing
you.
you.
Yeah,
It's
thank
good
you.
so I can actually
Good
do
to
my
see
real
you.
job so I can keep the lights on here.
Hey, we
Yeah, man.
appreciate
Keep the
you.
internet on.
Great,
I'm
you gotta
trying.
keep
Yeah,
the
Can you
media
go
running.
work on that?
I'm going to work on the internet.
Could you work on the internet?
Hey, while
All right.
Kevin steps off, this might be a good topic for you and Tom to talk about. You've gotten into running or climbing? What?
Oh, yeah.
You're a
so
climber?
I'm still sore. Not that kind of. Well, I do some indoor climbing, but I'm not very strong, so I'm not great at it. But I'm getting stronger. Sunday, I did the Fight for Air climb for the American Lung Association. So we did. I was on part of the United Healthcare team, and we ran 2,000 steps at Soldier Field.
Oh, how cool.
It was really cool. My calves don't think so today still.
I'm trying to think. So what did you have to like go
so you
down
literally
and up?
go up, yep. So you'll go up, over, down, you know.
Oh my God.
And
How many
it
times?
was
does.
it was like about not quite half of the stadium.
That's cool.
So, and it was very
it,
cool.
right?
I've never been to that's
Can I show
just
this? I'm
before-
just like
please.
hijacking your personal
it's
Facebook.
It's my Facebook. It's super not private. Everyone can
All
go
right.
look. So yeah, it's really fun. We there's on Great News on NWI.Life. You can find more pictures that aren't just my face. But it was in magic. There was a bunch of Chicago firefighters that did it too.
No way.
And there was a couple firefighters. I believe they said they were from Wisconsin that came. And Chicago Fire did full gear, and the Wisconsin did full gear and air packs.
goodness.
That's
Which
not even
apparently
enough
is-
to sell me on this.
I
show.
literally can't.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was really fun. How long would you think? I was trying to guess. Like, okay, I'm hoping this takes me half hour to 45
I was
minutes.
thinking
18 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Look at
So
you.
it was
You're
easy
like
too, because it was
You're like
like
a damn Olympian.
that's not quite it. I don't know.
You should be a firefighter, Jenny.
Well, my husband's a volunteer firefighter,
Yeah?
but then I feel like we would have.
But
to
he
be-
do it in.
He didn't do it.
What?
He didn't.
That's the
He's
thing.
here.
No.
Look at this.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Wait,
look, he's
He
so
took
cute.
the picture.
Yeah.
He is
He's
very
so
cute.
But
He's like, I'll
was-
take the picture. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
done.
He will come to any run I do, and then he's like, "That was good for you. I'm glad you did that. I'm
I
proud
like
of
his
you."
style.
He did do a 5K. It's been quite some time in his full gear. It was probably 10 years ago. He did a 5K, and it was intense.
Did
Yeah.
you train for this? Because I feel like this would require some.
Yeah, I did. But it is obviously, as you're probably thinking, how the heck do you train for stair climbing, except for stairs? But where do you do that? So there's Swallow Hills, I think, park. It's Palos, Illinois. There was a bunch of stairs, so we went out there a couple times. I
Yeah,
went
Palos.
to.
That's where I ride my mountain bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's that whole area out there is awesome.
It's awesome.
Right off 95th.
Yeah. Amazing park.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
I saw a Chicago firefighter walking a Dalmatian in that park. I'm just saying.
Nice.
Was he hot?
I mean,
Was he
he
hot?
was rather attractive. I agree. Yes, he was.
All about the boys.
But
He
yeah,
was
great
invited
park.
to the
We
event.
also did the dunes for some training, like the 3 dune challenge and stuff like that, because it's got some stairs and it's got some.
Well, you
steep.
made it in record
And
time.
I made it.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't die.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm here to talk about it. My calves are not happy, but otherwise, it was really fun.
Mine just from standing at a concert. I'm happy.
Yeah. You should do. I'm also doing the Spartan races this year. So we're doing a trifecta, which means you do all 3 Spartans, the small, medium, and large.
Nice.
You could do it.
What is that?
Join us.
Can you describe that?
A Spartan race. So a Spartan race is a race. There are 3 levels. The small is a 5K. The big is a half marathon. And then within that running distance, there's mud and obstacles. And then
A half a marathon with mud and obstacles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
I'll
done
skip
one
that
before. I'm going to do one this year.
Like a
and
half a
then I'm
marathon
retiring.
period is too far. Like, with mud and obstacles, it's just like, yeah.
It'll be fun.
If I had to like survive, I would do that. Like if they're like,
Yeah,
you have
see?
to get through this
Well, I'll be
obstacle
better
course.
off when I have to survive because I've done it before.
True
See,
story.
I'm just practicing.
Yeah.
I'm that person now. I'm practicing for the apocalypse.
So the trifecta, like you're doing 3 in a year.
So you have to do all 3 of the races in a calendar year. So I'm doing July is the small. I think October is the medium, and November is the big.
I bet you it's gonna be freezing.
Well, I picked ones in nice weather. So I think the October race is in Tennessee, and the other race is in South Carolina.
Okay.
So my niece and I are doing it together.
What makes you want to do this?
She's only 16
but
and I'm
why?
41.
Yeah,
so.
what makes you want to do this?
Well, I did one. I did a trifecta probably, I think it was right around 2016. My niece is getting into racing now. So, of course, I'm like, hey, I want to try this out. I want to see if I can do it with her. So we did 1 race or 2 races together last year, but they were the small ones. So I was like, well, if you want to do this, that'll be your Christmas gift. I bought her
nice.
races for her. So
How old is she?
16.
Wow.
So it wasn't like, let's just go see a movie. You're like,
no,
let's do
we
a
go
trifecta.
hard. Yeah.
Spartan
She's like a
race.
weightlifter. She like works out. So she's
okay.
the fitness nerd. So I'm like, okay, let's go. And so we're going to do it.
Awesome.
So
Congrats.
thanks.
Yeah.
I'm excited. You can join us. It'll be fun. You
I
can
might
totally
do the
do
small
it.
one. Yeah, we'll check it out. I'm
Yeah.
not sure about the half marathon one. You know.
I mean, you just take your time, right?
Yeah.
I think the first one, I've only done one of the big ones, and it took me 4 hours,
Yeah?
just under. Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
So that's okay.
Yeah. It took me 3.5 to do the try. That was a lot of work on out. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the, it's called the Tippy Try. It's out at Tippecanoe State Park.
No.
You should do that one.
Oh,
it's super fun.
I have seen that. Yeah.
Because you run, bike, and kayak
Yes.
instead of swim.
Oh, no way.
And it's really fun.
I'd be better swimming.
It's small,
though.
but it's
Yeah.
really cool.
How cool. I'm going to do that.
You should check it out.
I will.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming back on the show. It's good to
Yeah,
see you.
everybody come out to All About the Girls.
Oh, again,
June
one more time.
20th, All About the Girls, June 20th at Urschel Pavilion in Valparaiso. Tickets are $50. You can get them on Eventbrite. I think Vesmar said he put the link up.
Yeah, it's in the chat too. So
Awesome. So All About the Girls, search it on Facebook or search it on Eventbrite, and you will find it.
$50
Join
tickets,
us.
all you can drink.
Yeah, $50 tickets, open bar, and some apps,
Hell
and
yeah.
incredible speakers.
So you couldn't do that with guys.
I always
if it was $50 all you
'cause
could
guys
drink,
would be
it would be a mess.
hammered by the end of the night.
Yeah, it would be a mess.
Oh,
No,
we're classy too. It's
I
so
agree.
amazing. We've done this every year. It
yeah,
turns out great.
they ask
There's
you
no
back.
fighting.
See, if we
Everybody
did it
has
with
us
guys,
back.
they'd be like, please do not ever do
There were
this here
fist
again.
fights.
Right.
It got rowdy.
Right. All About the Guys is like a brawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this place, you leave this event literally feeling like on cloud 11.
Really?
And you're just like, I can do anything, and so can everyone around me.
I
It's
went to
so
All About the
motivating.
Men, and I didn't feel like I was
Yeah,
on
no.
11.
No.
Yeah.
I'm still
You won't.
recovering.
I'm
from
still
our-
recovering.
I know,
yeah.
right?
And
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, you guys.
I had
need
a
this in
record
your
after
life.
that too, so
Yeah.
you know.
And there will be no
All About
cops.
the Men, no fun.
See?
No
cops.
fun.
Go to
All about the girls.
All About the
well,
Girls.
there will be police officers in attendance because they're supporters, of course.
Of course.
But not for any negative reasons. We won't get arrested.
Jenny.
It's worth $50 just for the endless drinks.
I'm
really.
gonna.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going just for that reason.
Listen,
John. You wanna
that's
do
great.
That? Yeah.
And then you'll meet some incredible women.
Yeah.
And get to hear their story
For
while
sure.
you're drinking
Yeah.
great drinks for $50.
And we're going to be
Listen.
representing the manhood, you know, so we have to go there.
I'm
and,
in.
We have to be like good representatives.
Chris is
of-
always
of our
there.
sex. Thank you,
He
Chris.
brings some of his intelligent friends that
Right.
are also
we
like,
have to.
heck yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
have
only
to be
bring
here.
my smart friends too.
I love that.
Because we don't want to like.
I mean, I don't. Do
Can you
you have
imagine how
anything but
embarrassing it
smart
is for the
friends?
male species
If we
go
brought
there?
Phil,
Act like
you know.
idiots. Yeah.
He's buttoned up now. It's fine.
He
Oh,
is.
that's right.
Oh yeah, Phil's
Phil's so
on another
conservative right
level
now.
He doesn't laugh. I had to tell him. I had to be like, Phil, part of the reason why you got hired is you're a fun guy. They like your
Not
personality.
anymore.
That's gone.
Dude, he could crap a diamond now.
Button the extra button.
Yeah, dude. He's like
put it
so
on
uptight right
serious.
now. Like, seriously. I agree with you, John. He got hired because of, he's loose and funny, and he's anything but now. He's all buttoned up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do believe the South Shore team is attending All About the Girls.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So they probably are going to bring him
support.
anyway.
They support.
Yeah.
So
he's going to
Jenny,
be there.
Thank you for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
It's good to see you again.
You too.
Appreciate
You
it.
guys have a great summer. And come to All About the Girls.
Yeah, we'll be there. It's good
Thanks.
to see you again. Thanks to Kevin Chandler for hosting us in his beautiful Smith-Ersick law firm.
Spotty internet.
Yeah. But he's working on
Can't have everything.
paying that bill, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jill. It's great to see you again.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being
thanks,
here.
Jill.
See you at All About the Girls.
Yeah.
Jill and I are both going to get our $50 worth.
Okay.
Is this
I
like
hope
when
so.
we were going to Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
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 Okay. We're not.
I don't
coming.
have time to
We're
drink,
not
so if you
coming,
need the
Jenny.
ride later, just let me know. I'll drop you guys off at home.
And Jay Vez.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks for scrambling and saving the show. And to everybody that listens regularly, we appreciate you very much. We'll be back on, what day is today?
Friday.
On Friday. With another show. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening to Lock Pod. We will see you on